something for some of you tonight, a lot of you tonight, I'm believing. Because as crazy as it sounds, that transition you just heard Crystal do, we have not talked about what I'm preaching tonight. She did not tell me 3 weeks ago when God planted that in her heart that she was going to share that. And last week I was at Starbucks studying this message, and I came across a scripture I'm going to share with you guys in a little bit. And I sent it to her, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, I'm sitting here crying in Starbucks. And she was like, is that what you're preaching about? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, that's so crazy. That's exactly what I was transitioning about. So that just tells me that was confirmation that the Lord planted this message. And it's something that I heard as a youth sitting in these very same seats years ago when I was in high school. And it changed my life, and I feel like changed different paths and things that I went down because I learned the truth of our words and how powerful they are. But before I get started, I want to give a little bit of honor to some people in the room in the back, as my dad always does, taking pictures and videos. My mom and dad's here tonight, and they just mean the world to me. Without them, I would not be who I am. From the day I was born, they had me in church, and for the longest time, Satan had a lie planted in me. And some of you have heard this before, that I didn't have a testimony because I never went through anything tragic, like all the other stories that I've heard. And now that I've matured in my walk with Christ, I've learned that that is a lie from the enemy. I have many testimonies, but thankfully, because my parents had me planted in church and the truth of God at a very young age, I didn't have to live through a lot of things that maybe some of you have. But it's a testimony of how true God's word is, that if we live by this word in our life, we can bypass a lot of the trials that Satan has for us. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for just being the best, and thank you for being here tonight too. So like Dylan said, I am his wife. For those of you that don't know who I am but know who Dylan is, I feel like I need to scoot this back. I'm like really on top of y'all. Y'all are gonna have me giggling in a minute. I am his wife. I didn't mean to sound disappointed. No, I did not mean that. But we do have two kiddos. We have Raylan and Roman. Raylan is 4 years old, and Roman is our 6-year-old. And just a wave in the room. Has anyone been around Roman before? Some of y'all serve and you know him. Okay, nod your head if you know how much my child talks, right? Okay. He talks nonstop. The kid asks questions after question after question. His mouth does not stop moving. But what's really crazy is when he was younger, he actually was a really late talker. And